In this video, we're going to be making a salmon dish from Finland. Welcome to my channel, and if it's your first time, thank you so much for your support. My name is Maki da Silva, and this week I'm very excited because I learned a new dish. It's a Finnish dish, salmon with cucumber. My channel is based on cooking with friends around the world, getting recipes from around the world, learning them, trying them, and sharing that with you. And the hope is that by doing this, we can learn a little bit more about different cultures behind the recipes, and of course, a little bit more about each other in the process. Before I introduce my friend Marjo, please remember to hit the subscription button below. Let's get right into the video. How are you, Marjo?
I'm good. John is here with me.
Hi, John.
Hi, Marky.
Hi, how are you doing?
Fantastic, thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for doing this. So tell me, what are we making?
It's a Finnish recipe. I first tried it when I was in Helsinki. I would say sometime in the late 1990s. And I was at a party in a museum, and they served this beautiful looking dish. And what it is it's something you can make with either salmon or trout. It's a really easy dish.
Okay.
Well, I use, so salmon, you can put it in a dish, depending on how quickly you want to cook it. Some people actually make it a little thinner. You put it in like a baking dish, like a shallow one. And the way I like it is in a pan like this, because it's just easier to cut with a knife. It will use cucumber, which we're going to cut into thin slices.
Okay, that's great.
Butter. So I'm going to actually just soften this butter a little bit. Dijon Mustard, which is already salted anyway, and lemon, which I'm gonna use just a lemon juice.
And what is that? That green in the...
Oh, this is dill. So I'm just using it for garnish. You know, dill is so commonly used in Scandinavian cooking and Finnish cooking. I'm gonna ask John if he could melt some.
John is your assistant.
Yes.
Yes.
Apparently he's like a master chef himself. So I taught him how to bake, and he's exceeded me. He's surpassed me.
Very kind.
So just soften the butter, soft enough so that we could. I'm going to say 3 tablespoons of butter. So what I'm going to do now is I'm already going to cut it into half. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to use you could use a knife to cut this into thin slices, but I want them thin and I want them even.
And you do keep the skin on? I
keep the skin on. For this dish, we want the green around it because it's part of the design. I've got this much butter. It's about 3 tablespoons, maybe a little over. I'm going to put that much mustard. And then I'm going to take some lemon juice. It's about half a lemon. Just gonna mix it together. You don't want it liquid, but you want it just kind of like that looking, you know. It's like a curdly mayo. I'm gonna take my food processor. So this is the attachment for the food processor. So I'm gonna put that this way, and
what if you don't have a food processor?
If you don't have a food processor, the best thing is a sharp knife. And you just have to be patient and cut it. So if I were to cut this with a sharp knife, you want it thin, like, not too thin, but you want it to be sort of...
Okay.
Semi-transparent.
Like that thin, right? That's how I would want it, yeah. Oven is about 15-20 minutes, depending on how thick your fish is.
What degree?
350. And I like to put it in the center rack. Turn it on, and it'll make thin slices because there's no pressure on it.
That's very fast.
So now I'm gonna take offset spatula and just start spreading this. I don't like using regular salt. I use fleur de sel.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know what that is.
No, I don't. What is that?
So what it is it's like salt flakes. What happens is when you're making salt, the first iteration, like when you're distilling the water, it's the crust that forms on top of the water. That's fleur de sel. It's nice because it's also it's softer. You don't get that sharpness or that over saltiness that you can get with sea salt. Basically, I put salt and pepper there. So here comes the fun part. You just start layering the cucumber. So like that, you overlap them. You want like a green ring around like that. And by the time you get to covering all of it, it actually is quite pretty. It's like a work of art.
It's pretty.
Yeah, so you just keep going until you've covered the whole thing. This is going to go in the oven now. So
Okay.
basically, that's what it looks like.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
It looks incredible.
Yeah, I'm actually just going to put a little bit of foil on the back of it because I don't want the fish to dry out. I mean, actually, instead of foil, I could probably just cover it with cucumber on the side too.
Yeah.
It's probably better. So I've actually got slices that are kind of half slices, and Bob's your uncle. And I'm actually going to just take some leftover of the butter mustard lemon spread. It's one of those dishes I like because it's got very clean flavors. Like there's nothing complicated about it. Okay, so this is now going in the oven, 350 degrees. And we're gonna set our timer for, I think I'm gonna set it for 20 minutes because the fish is a little thick. One thing I should tell you as well, your audience as well, is anytime you cook fish or meat, anything, it's always good to take it out of the fridge. Maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour, 20 minutes. And let it come a little bit to room temperature.
That's a great tip.
Yeah, because otherwise you're going to get uneven cooking.
And where did you learn to cook?
I didn't cook until I was in my 20s. So I grew up in the Philippines and, we had a cook and we never went into the kitchen. I only went to the kitchen if I wanted to steal a raw egg because I love raw eggs. But I love to read and we always had cookbooks in our library. Cooking influence, I would say travel is my biggest influence, and which is probably why, even though I'm from the Philippines, I don't actually cook Filipino food.
That's very interesting.
Filipino food has a lot of ingredients that you have to chop up. Pretty much every recipe in the Philippines starts with you have to chop things finely. So everything, and we're talking some dishes have 20 ingredients. I'm not doing that. So I'm all about trying to make things fast. I've always said I can make a complete meal, salad, main course, and maybe even dessert in 30 minutes, and it'll be good.
Well, yeah. That's what a lot of people are looking for now, right? Fast and easy.
Fast, easy, simple, but good, and that's what I try to do. And I don't take shortcuts. Like I pretty much make everything from scratch. Also, pretty much everywhere I go, if I like something, I come back and I try to recreate it. So you kind of have to play with food a little bit, with the recipe a little bit. What I always do is just, take something from abroad and just try to make it here. John can talk about the wine that he would recommend for this dish.
So what I got was a Pinot Gris. That's from Alsace. Finding a good wine is a little bit like an Easter egg hunt. Everybody has their particular taste. It's almost like art, This is a Riesling. For the wine, you definitely want dry. With salmon, you can go Chardonnay, Pinot Noirs are good. But I'm always trying to find a wine that I don't have to necessarily match up with food, that I just like to drink. I'm always looking for a wine I can just open up a glass. I've been known to open up, a bottle and have a glass. So
that's great.
Not fussy. A lot of wines, they can find themselves within a meal, but I prefer to have something that can stand alone.
I'm gonna let John have the first bite since he's never had it before. I haven't made it.
Oh, great! So you're actually going to do the taste.
Right. Yeah. I'm doing the taste.
John is doing the taste, and you can tell me what you think, John.
That's fantastic.
Watch his face closely. You're going to know if he's lying or not.
So I'm getting a little bit of the cucumber along.
Well, John, we need a reaction. Okay, that's good.
It's not underdone.
It's not underdone, but it's perfect. The cucumber gives it a bit of a contrast, not bitter, but flavor, and then the dill with it. So it's actually very, very nice.
Yeah.
It's still very delicate for salmon in a way.
Yeah.
So it's quite good.
Yeah, and it's clean. Like you hardly taste the lemon, so there isn't anything. Like you said, I think the lemon, yeah, the lemon is to kind of tenderize the fish a little bit. It won't overpower the dish. Yeah, so there we go.
I love this.
Yeah, me too. Good wine too, John. Good choice. We actually have to give props to his wine consultant at the LCBO, Eduardo.
This was a lot of fun. Thank you so much. And we'll definitely be cooking something else and baking something. Definitely.
For sure. Yeah, the next episode will be baking.
Yes.
Yeah.
I went ahead because of time and actually put together the dish, my version of it. You can see what it looks like with the cucumber and the salmon is underneath. Isn't that pretty? We're going to actually use some dill at the end as garnish. And I'm actually going to put this in the oven for 20 minutes at 350 degrees. And so when we come back, it will be finished and we can do the reveal. I have a segment in my channel that is called Up Close, and essentially it's talking about learning about the culture behind the recipe. Marjo is not finished. She's actually from the Philippines. As she said in the piece that we did, that she does not really make Filipino dishes, but she's learned how to cook by her travels. She's a journalist, so she travels a lot. Instead of doing something about the Philippines in Up Close, I'll just be sharing a few things about Finland, and so you can learn a little bit more about the culture of Finland.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Russian Circus. Please, the dreams never will come to do. She was a trapezist. Vladimir from Genevieve, he was a penguin boy, a penguin boy, a penguin boy, bloody penguin boy. Flying in the lights and he's dying for lips, always hidden, always crying in the shadow of his web. Trapped in his body, never look at me.
Hey, welcome back. So the dish is finished, and I actually I want to show you what it looks like. Still fairly warm. Looks really incredible, doesn't it? I made a salad on the side, a very simple salad. So the salad actually I didn't show you. It's a simple green salad. So I will plate it shortly, and then we can have a look. So I'm just using basically a sharp knife, and I'll just cut a piece off. Now, didn't get all of the cucumbers on it, but got most of it. And I'll just add a little bit of my my balsamic vinegar, just tiny bit. Looks like very healthy. A combination of the cucumber with the Dijon mustard, with the little lemon juice, and then the garnish with the dill. It's really, really nice. Very nice. If you're looking for something like very simple, easy to do, then definitely I suggest that you try this dish. I think you'll really enjoy it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And as usual, I really enjoyed this. I look forward to seeing you next week when I will be doing pork chops with figs and what else? Figs and balsamic vinegar. That's it. So come on back next week and check it out. I look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much for subscribing, to all my subscribers who already subscribed. I had a great time once again. See you next week. Ciao.